Hello fellow gamers and welcome back to Timberborn. So as we work towards the kind of end game, getting the last monument kind of unlocked, the Earth Recultivator, we have been kind of working towards kind of robots, and we've kind of finally built our first assembler. We don't have any workers yet, simply because we're kind of low on the beavers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just build a temporary housing. We might kind of just leave this kind of indefinitely, but I think for now, just gives us a bit more space, right? It gives us a little bit more kind of wiggle room just on making sure that we have enough kind of workers kind of working before we kind of start kind of replacing everything with the robots. So we've got we've got a 4x3 space here. So I think if we delete these, what I can do is I can make the double lodge. So this gives us another 12 spaces so that we can go straight into there. Let's make sure these are a priority. And then I think also as well, I think we might as well build another one here. Cool. All right, so that gives us that'll give us another 18 basic bedrooms essentially. And then with that, we can get more beavers, and then we can kind of unpause some of these and get kind of a little bit kind of faster on things. Because as you can see here, you know, we have a lot of treated planks, we have a lot of scrap. We're getting there with planks again. Gears are starting to go up. Metal blocks are even starting to kind of go up little by little. Even though all of these buildings need kind of metal blocks, we are kind of slowly but surely kind of getting there. Okay, that is those all cleared. Let's get this last one in here. Once we get these built, that just gives us a little bit more space in order to kind of craft. I say craft, but get these kind of workers kind of crafted. So I think first of all, I'll just unpause that right now. And then I'll also unpause this. Temporarily, it is going to show that we need a lot more workers, but in a couple of days, we will have these built and we'll kind of increase our kind of population. In terms of water, we are kind of increasing the water again. We're up to 3.2k. We were kind of about 2,300 before the end of the last episode. We have, now that we have these in place and that they are prioritized by haulers for now, we kind of on the positive on that. So that's good. Also, food still not an issue. We have so much food. We are kind of mainly using kind of sunflower seeds and spatterdock, which we are kind of going low on. But once we kind of start stockpiling a little bit more, give people a bit more of a variety to eat, like I say, these will be the next ones to kind of go and get built. But again, what we need is more workers. And I think as well, I mean, these, we don't really need logs right now, so these will kind of be fine kind of as it is. Maybe we'll do one more kind of flag. And then that's just another couple of jobs there. So yeah, we should be fine. Don't know why that isn't getting built, but okay. All right, so let's kind of see where we are here. For some reason, it looks like a lot of the workers have stopped. I think I was getting too used to having so many of them. So I'll just kind of increase them. So as more children are born, the quicker that gets filled. So let's kind of scroll all the way down to the babies. And you can see here, just like the well-being of the kind of the adults, the well-being of the children is affected by the efficiency of them as well. So the higher they are, I mean, this one's up to 52. So basically, what I'm going to try and do is, as we get more robots, the adults will be working less and less. Therefore, when they work less and less, they can enjoy everything that they want to enjoy, not have to work. They'll spend all of their time just in the well-being. And so we can go all the way up to 54, 57 if we're lucky. Oh, this just keeps going up and up. So hopefully we can get these in the kind of mid 50s on average once we get enough kind of robots working there, so that we don't have to have any of them working. So all of our beavers get to live like a nice, life of luxury. I'm just wondering, let's just make sure these are a priority. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get these built. Let's kind of fast forward a little bit of time and let's get going with the robots.
Much later.
Okay, after a little bit more, we're kind of finally making our first kind of bot, it seems. So we're kind of waiting on I think more so like, I think bots, this chassis and the heads seem to be pretty slow. We kind of built the limb, kind of the factory that was building the limbs first. I think we need to, we should build 2 more. So where are we? Science. So we build 1 here. Why can't we build 1 here? Build 1 there. It's starting to run out of space. So what can we do? I mean, do we build up? I think maybe we not make a carousel there. We can figure out the carousel situation later. What's more important is the kind of the making the robots. So let's do that. Then what we can do is we can build 2, and then we can build 1 there, right? So 1, 2, and 3. And then we just go body, legs, head. Okay. Then we can put in the other detailer, which we got rid of there. Got space for another thing. So what are we kind of running low on? Planks are good, gears are good. I mean, it is really just metal blocks. Metal blocks we just don't seem to have enough. But yeah, it looks like we've got our first robot. So where are you? Let's scroll all the way down. There we go. So how do we get... Okay, so Timberbot 1 got plus 45%. It said something about tiers. So how do we increase the tier of the bots? I wonder. Anyway, so this is what I was kind of saving a little bit of science for. So we can kind of use science to essentially make... that's a shame. We can only use beavers for that. But yeah, so like I was saying, you can use science to unlock different kind of buildings. Different buildings cost different amounts in order to make sure that we can use our robots in those kind of buildings. So I think, given that, the first thing we should do is kind of make this the robot. As we get more robots, we will kind of look to kind of increase kind of like all of these. Just means that, like, this guy right here, he will be working, creating metal blocks all the time now. As soon as we get another one, and another one, and another one, and we'll just keep going like that. So right now, like you say, looking at this, we are kind of waiting on metal blocks. This one, we're waiting on, well, we need planks and gears for that one. This one doesn't have anyone, but it does need metal blocks, so yeah. So there we go. We are starting to create metal bots. Okay, so looking at this, we got two. Maybe could it be the heads? The heads could be the ones that are kind of like lacking right now. That's awesome. Okay, so we're finally at the robot level. And we also have, I mean, we're waiting on, we have 32 jobs that we're waiting on right now. So I kind of did build a few extra more, but we're going to need more again. So let's, so this is going to be 3. I think we just need to go all out. I think we just need to do 1, 2, 3. Can we? Then we do it on the other side as well. 1, 2, 3. Then we build platforms. Here to here. Here to here. And then we just on there. On there. And then we just path it all up. So right now that's another 36 that we can create. I think as well what we do is we get a double platform here going up to here, and then we can use this to build a few different things, or we could even build up again. Let's just build across here and then add 1, 2, and 3. And then what we can do is we can get some decorations in there. So we need one of you, one of you. You can go there. You can go there. And then we can build lanterns either side. And then shrubs. And that just makes sure that well-being is as high as possible. That will take a bit of time. I think we prioritize that because it's going to build everything else first. So I just want to make sure we do have the housing. Water's plenty fine. Oh, pause it, pause it, pause it. Forgot about this. Open you. Okay, so we should be fine with that. Let's just make sure we are though. Okay. You should open up. There we go. And then you should close little bit by little bit. It'll take a little bit more contamination this time, 15%, so it will. There we go. There's the first one, there's the second one, third, and the last one. We can take this prioritize off as well, because now that we have this built. There we go. So that's closed off. That's opened up very nicely. That's still running. Look at that. Finally, we are kind of good on the bad side. Okay. So, finally making another one, which is awesome. We need 21 workers. And you see here what the cool thing about robots is you can tell which ones are activated for robots because you can see the blue lights here. None of these are kind of making anything right now. So what I could do is I could just pause them until we have enough materials or enough. I'm going to pause you, pause you, pause you. Just means that we are just getting everything funneled into this one, and then once we start kind of seeing the materials kind of build up, we can then go on to this. I think the next thing we do is we just get all of the smelters full of robots, and then maybe once we get enough, we only need 5k for that, so 5k is not too bad. It's just we're not kind of creating things fast enough. Metal blocks are going up though, so we have 28. Is there anything that we're really low on? Not really. I mean, bot heads seems to be. I think maybe we do this. As soon as we get this guy kind of done, I think what we do is we then switch that out and put that there. Once the bad tide's over, I'll get that done as well. It's surprising how much the kind of building all of this. We need almost 6,000 now, but we're making like less than half of that with all of these. I mean, it is producing a little bit less during the bad tide because of the way we kind of open things up a little bit, but still, it's just like I really need to make, like, we need to make more power somehow, and there's not really a great deal. You know, the windmills could work. I mean, bigger blades, bigger energy. Now, do we look? Maybe. Because we got this gap here and we can build this up. How big is the big windmill? Well, a large windmill isn't actually that bad. And if it produces 300, we can pretty much build a load of them here. So let's do that. Ooh, see, this is going to be tricky. But I have an idea. All right. Just bear with me on this one. So we'll get this overhang. We'll pop you there. All right. A little bit of science, but that's okay. You'll see where I'm going with this. We then, once we build that, we'll destroy that one. Destroying that one will allow us to, well, once we built this, we'll be able to kind of use that overhang to rebuild this here. Once we rebuild this here, we can kind of replace that with the T-bar, build the vertical shaft up, destroy all of this, and then build along with all the windmills. And this could be just full of windmills, so that'll give us another, 200 or so power. It'll also mean that we can create power even in a drought. And then we could also maybe look to, maybe we can have another one going across, and then we can just use this as a massive kind of windmill farm essentially. So that's a cool idea. Let's do that. Okay, now we have 2, so let's build you. Awesome. So this is going to be constantly creating bot heads. Bot heads is what we are lacking in right now. You can see here we got 15 limbs, 9 chassis. I can never say that word. And then we can get, I mean, it's got a bot head there. I just don't know why it's in here. Why is it not? Oh, it is, because we need 2. That's why. Okay. So for some reason we need 2 heads and 2 chassis before we can build anything. Oh, it's just got 1 in stock, sorry. That's my bad. It actually stores 1 so we can constantly build. But it takes forever. You can see here 36 hours just to build 1. So that's why I kind of went to build multiple. You know? But again, we need to kind of make sure that we are kind of building enough. We need to kind of balance it out, that we are building the parts as well as the robots. So I think the fact that we have 4 might be a little bit too much. But then once we get these in, it might kind of speed things just a little bit. It just uses so much power, you know. Right now this is going at 41%, so it takes 36 hours at 100%, so it's going to take a few days before we get that. And see if we can find these. Where are these guys at? I just want to kind of have a look. See right now, okay, so you see here 91%, that's how much durability they have. As soon as that goes down, see now, how do we increase that? Curious on how we kind of increase, because it says right now to get it goes up to 90%, so I wonder. All right, let's get through this drought. Let's see where we can get to at the end of this. The bad tide over. Now that we've got the bad tide over, we can kind of look at kind of the next thing that we want to do. I think making this deeper. So let's see, yep, we have all of the dynamite in now. I kind of want to pause this just in case. Oh, you can't even pause it. I'm kind of wary to kind of do that if they are in there, and they are kind of using it quite a lot. I'm not too sure. Let's just give it a try. Let's hope for the best. There we go. Lots and lots of water there. So we'll never run out now, I hope, depending on how many kind of how long the droughts can be. But yeah, that's a lot of water there. That's going to take some time to kind of fill up. We just got like, I mean, that was 3 deep as well, so that's pretty awesome. This is all still flowing out though, surprisingly. I thought it would be, I mean, it's just like one little thing, so it will fill all the time. We're coming along nicely with these. We've got, you know, all of them kind of built out now. So we do have, well, we have 200. We have 200 beavers right now. So I think we do need to kind of make sure that, I mean, food's going to be an issue for this many. So I think we need to kind of, what are we kind of running low on? We're running low on, I mean, spatterdock seem to be used. Chestnuts aren't being kind of made at all. These are like ready to go. Oh, you know why? It's because we don't have a gatherer. I must have got rid of it. Well, that was silly. Okay, so let's high prioritize there. Let's high prioritize this. That means we can get the maple. Once we get the maple, we are good. And then also, yeah, more importantly, the chestnuts. And that'll actually give something for this guy to do as well. Okay, cool. All right, so like I say, we're just going to periodically kind of transfer over, make sure that just kind of keeping an eye on these guys, making sure that every time we build one that we kind of replace. So the next one's going to be here. Metal blocks. I mean, we're full of metal blocks. That's good. Yeah, we are kind of working towards getting everything. Treated planks seems to be pretty low, considering, you know, we do need to kind of make this. I mean, I'm not sure why none of these are being kind of demolished at all. Can we just cut them down? We can't even cut them down. Why is none of these guys cutting them? Let's see if we can just do it a bit faster by prioritizing haulers. Hopefully we can just cut all this down. Because what I want to do is I want to start getting this in here. Oh, can we just build it straight up? Oh, we can. Okay. There we go. The recultivator, 2,000 gears, 2,000 treated planks, and 1,500 metal blocks. I'm going to low prioritize this because that's going to take a lot of resources. Pull up the priority here. It's okay, so that's built. Okay, so pause real quick. Demolish you. You then get power to do that. You then get it up there. And then another up, then another up. Now, what I'm hoping is that this will all get built. Does look like it can. This does look like it's not. It does look like it's going to be able to do it. Awesome. So, when that gets built, that'll be shaft there, windmill, shaft, windmill. So let's unlock you. So what's the difference? Generates changeable amounts, and bigger blades, bigger energy generation. Okay, so it doesn't really say anything. So hang on, so let's do that again. Shaft, windmill, shaft. Oh, so it goes 2, okay. I thought it was only 1. Right, let's do it this way. Shaft, windmill. Oh, actually, no, we can do shaft, windmill, shaft, windmill, shaft, windmill. Do it like this. Okay. So now we can create an extra 1,200 power. We can also look at kind of I think we can do it all the way around here as well. So we could, I think, what do we do here? I think we need to go up here, maybe here. I'm just trying to think the best way of doing this, because I like these windmills up here. You have a shaft there and the windmill there, so I'll be 5 altogether. I just need more energy. Gears, planks, paper. So we have, all. I mean, the gears is going to be an issue when we get to the recultivator. I think we should be fine with that. Just extra power just means, right, so we have 2 doing nothing right now. So let's switch you over and switch you over. So we have 6 bots right now. How are we looking on resources? We're looking okay. These are full, so we can unpause you now. Now it's just, we have 17 that don't have work, okay. So we now have way too many. Good problem to have, so we can just increase all of these that we kind of turned down before. Or builders, there we go. Awesome. So we're now just having, well, we have too many beavers for starters. But are we okay on food? 9.8. I think we should be. We have 19 injured beavers though. Like, why are they constantly being injured? Anyways, right. I think we need to kind of redo this a little bit. I think this should be a row of windmills here. And where else do we look? Do we look to kind of get over there? I think that might be just a little tricky. We'll higher prioritize this so we can get rid of this as soon as we can. Okay, now I think the way we should do this is have this here. And then we build a stair and then a stair. And then we delete that once this has been built. Then we can just do that there like that. And we can just clean this up a little bit. Now that'll be shaft, 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 just to be on the safe side, and then windmill here. No, we can't build a windmill there. Why not? Build one there. Okay, let's build one there. That works out okay. And then shaft, shaft, shaft. There we go. Nice. These are all making. That's not full. I would like that to be all full. There we go. Back to work. These are making anything right now? Nope. They are not, because we don't have any maple syrup. You can focus on chestnuts. You can focus on chestnuts. Now, how do we need a tapper shack for that? We do, I think. Yeah, maple syrup. Okay, so that'll just slot in nicely here. Prioritize maple syrup. Let's make sure that's a priority. Then we can get these on the go as well. Because although we are, I mean, we're maintaining food. We're kind of okay with that. You know, water as well. That's kind of doing good. This is now full, which is awesome, which is kind of running through there. Cool. Oh, kind of a little bit of lag there. Okay, so a little less on bot Slashies there. Okay, so let's get you done. Let's might as well play you. Alright, so you are all good on that side. Right, so next what we should do is, what are we kind of running low on? Resin's kind of low. Let's do extract. Extract seems to be used quite a lot. Need 1.5k science for that one. Okay. Now we also have one more. Got paper, that's fine. Maybe, yeah, I think maybe treated planks. There we go. So that's them all working now. So yeah, so as we kind of get along, we got up to kind of 10 now. So that's doing good on that one. It is going to get to a point that we are going to run out of scrap metal. We only have 1,000 left. This isn't going to last that long. That's probably got maybe 1,000, I think, total. Okay. But we've definitely kind of increased things so that we are good on those hauling posts. We are good on the builders. We are looking real solid now. And although we do have like quite a lot of beavers, what we can do is we can start kind of just migrating everything into kind of automated kind of factories with the robots. Cool. Let's switch that over. And yeah, 1,500 metal blocks is going to be a lot. I think what we need to do now is we need to look at two things. First of all, running this off out there from here. And then second, running this off there when it comes into the bad tide. So let's start with this one first. I think what we can do is we can kind of run off here all the way to the end there. We can even go down here, right? Let's do it here. And then let's get this demolished there. And then we can run a path all the way along just to make sure we can kind of get that done. So that's just going to run down, that's going to fill up, and then it's going to run off here. Cool. Alright, so while they are building those, that is connected, so we should be able to do it. Yep. And now we can also look to do this one as well. So I think this run off here should be fine. What I'm going to do first though is before I do that, I kind of want to block this off just in case it gets my worry is when we kind of block that off, it'll kind of run this way. Or actually, I've got these kind of building. Like I kind of left these a little while ago. We need quite a lot of materials. Yeah, that's way off. That's going to take a lot of time. We're better off doing it this way. Okay, so back to this. We have so much more dirt. We have like 1,800. We actually have too much dirt. Okay. So that's fine. I just don't want this to kind of run off. So maybe we kind of look to do this like so. And then what else are we going to have to do? That's going to kind of build up and it's just going to kind of run off. And then we need to kind of clear out this. So what I'll do is I'll get some dynamite. Let's make sure we have plenty. Okay, so I think that'll be good like this. I just want to get this all built out. Maybe what we look to do is, how about this? Let's, for now, just build a quick overhang like that, just so we can get everything built, and then also all the dynamite kind of in place. That's not going to kind of be too bad because it'll just kind of run through and kind of squeeze out. And then what that'll do is it'll free up all of this area here as well. So we have lots to build, lots to kind of keep going with that. And I think that is good for now. So I'm just going to kind of let these kind of run a little bit longer, consistently just kind of switching things over, making sure that the robots are kind of filling everyone's jobs one by one. And yeah, I think that is a good time so far. So guys, I appreciate kind of tuning in for this episode. Next episode, we will be kind of trying to finish and kind of work towards completing the Earth Recultivator and kind of completing the game. So tune in next time, and I will catch you in the next one.